So the finishing off this last bit for you, and I'll edit it so it's half blank, as we now know. Clarence, you should have access to view in the journal somewhere between items and loot and handouts, half plate of Orthasum.
Thank you.
Obviously it's not awakened or anything like that, so it's literally just the base stats for that until things occur. And I deem it necessary. Okay, so
sorry, have I tuned to it yet?
I mean, you're all taking a long rest. I think we've come to the conclusion you guys are rested up from the previous session, so if you wish to have spent that time attuning to it, absolutely yes you can. So yeah, a nice swift roundup of last session. You guys finally entered the chamber of Hufflau, the Risen, and managed, after a very difficult battle encounter, to defeat him. All of you very heavily battered and bruised. Some of you fell in battle a number of times, but slowly but surely you dwindled his life essence down for him to then dissipate into the air and be no more. Upon investigating the room and the surrounding targets, the humanoids just started to vanish or fade from the room, as if they were either being transported or disappearing or passing on, or whatever the case may be, whatever your assumptions led you to. You investigated the room and come across quite a handsome sum of coin, I'm sure you'll agree, and some curious magical items. You each, after defeating Hufflau, found these useful items to aid you in your journey, but leaving you bloodied and bruised, you rest up and begin to look for a way out of the cave. And knowing that the way in has since collapsed, leaving the return back more difficult, you each begin to search the room for a way out. Taking you about an hour or so, this room, small as it is and the heat extreme, you find a stone that seems out of place from the rest of the rocky surface of this cave-like shrine. Placing but a hand onto the stone reveals a hidden tunnel. The tunnel is long and dark, with nothing more than glowing veins of lava that subtly lead you through the tunnel. The heat is intense, but manageable. What do you wish to do?
Let's see.
Is there a spell that makes it so we're like absolutely fine with the temperature? Can't remember. Or do we just have to walk through and
I'd like to point out
suffer?
that summer, you actually feel quite comfortable in this heat.
Hey.
Nice for some. So the way back, we're not getting across that, are we?
No.
Bridge is long gone.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wonder why.
unless you know fly or...
Thorin has a hat. Thorfinn has a hat.
I can.
I have a very expensive special hat.
I can make myself approximately 24 feet tall and just throw someone, but I don't know if that would be 100% effective.
Guys, I can fly.
Oh yeah, you've got the fucking. You can wild shape into birds now. Hell yes. No, how big can the birds be? Because that would change whether or not you can carry any of us.
Hang on, let me get my manual down.
Unless we all get in the bag of holding and just hold our breath.
I think I'm challenge rating. Hang on.
2?
Something like that. One at the moment. I can be a giant eagle.
Really? Is that challenge rating 1? Jesus. Fuck.
So giant eagle and a couple of other shit. I can be a pseudo dragon. I can also hear myself in the background. I don't know what's going on.
I think Thorfinn, your mic might be a little... your speakers might be a little bit loud.
Ooh, you can also be a giant octopus.
Ooh! That'll help when I don't want to go into the open.
Or a tiger.
Ooh.
Fun. Right, well, I guess we're going down this tunnel then. I think it's probably safe for us to be a bit sweaty for however long. Does it look like it turns, or is it just like
You
tunnel
just see,
straight down?
You just see the tunnel just go to a point where like the glowing veins of lava like embedded in the surrounding walls kind of almost seem to join in the distance. It goes on that far.
Oh boy. All right, well, early bird and all that, and I'm gonna listen on protests. Head down.
Everyone following?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So as you travel down the long, heated tunnel, as you pass through the threshold of the doorway, you hear the stone begin to shift as the doorway behind you closes. The tunnel is narrow, allowing maybe 2 of you side by side before it's like too tight in this space. And you travel for what seems to be forever, to the point where exhaustion begins to take hold. Your feet become sore, your legs follow, and you feel the need to rest once more. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to cast. I don't know if this is going to exactly work as I would like it to, but absorb elements.
Okay.
It lets me reduce damage from one like element like there and then, but I wonder if I can just like sort of stretch it out so I don't feel quite so exhausted. But either way,
Sure.
I'm gonna.
It is
Gonna
at
rest.
this point, all of you but Summer take 2 points of exhaustion. Summer takes 1 point of exhaustion, even in this heat.
Oh, good. It's almost like I couldn't run very fast in the first place.
There should be a button on your character sheet that says exhaustion, Thorfinn. If not, let me have a look and I'll see if I can add it.
Between hit dice and attacks.
You might need to turn it on in the cog.
Yeah,
If you go to the cog, and on the right, just before the character Mansa, says show exhaustion tracker.
That's it. And then it's down here.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, you can absorb elements if you like. That's fine.
Yeah, just like narratively, I'm trying
Yeah.
to make things better for myself.
Yeah, a bit more comfortable.
Damn, wish I picked a fire rune now. Resistant to fire damage. That'd been great.
Do you wish to press on, or would you like to rest?
2 levels of exhaustion. I say we press on. We rest here. That's assuming that we can like stand the heat enough to stay the night where we are now.
I mean, that would be what comes next. So if you are all resting up, I mean, you feel relatively secure in this space. There doesn't seem to be anything in any direction now. Both points of the lava veins in the walls kind of meet at both directions that you face. So you've been traveling for a day at least in this heat. If you are choosing to rest, please make me each a Constitution saving throw. DC 13. Summer, you can have advantage, sorry.
I just want to check something before I roll this.
Which is?
One of the classes for druids, one of the circles, you can just is it the same for a short rest? Or do you not? So with exhaustion points, if you take if you take a short rest, do you gain any of them back?
I'm not aware that you do. I think it's long rest only.
I think there are certain subclasses that like you regain exhaustion on a short rest, but or like races or something. But
Good. I love life. Here we go.
Summer, you can regain your point of exhaustion.
What was that? Sorry.
You can regain your point of exhaustion. So the point of exhaustion you lost, you managed to hold off of that. Thorfinn, Jirak, and Lana, you can gain 1 point of exhaustion back.
So now at 2.
No, you only 1. You lost.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You had 2. Now you've gained 1, so 1.
Cool.
Sorry, you gained 2. You lost 1, so 1.
At least you're moving a bit faster now. Not some of us.
Time passes by. You feel a little bit more rested, even though the heat is still intense. You manage to sort of find a comfortable place where you kind of manage to find parts of the stone even here that there's like build up of like slight damp that was cooler than the air around you. So yeah, basically you sleep in sweat. And you have what seems to be another day ahead of you. You continue down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Again, you begin to travel. Hours pass, and the heat from the tunnels seem to subside. Your feet begin to ache, and you feel tired once again. You all but Summer need to take 2 points of exhaustion. Summer, you take 1. But now the heat is comparable, like the heat has subsided. So this is just from the long heated walk to this point that's caused the exhaustion. The veins that ran through the walls seem to fade, and now you have like what almost looks like a silvery white light vein, kind of more subtly than the lava was, but you see flecks of it like head down the tunnel. Do you wish to continue, push through, or would you like to rest?
Do we are we sloping upwards at all, or are we just headed downward into the earth?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. I would say. I mean, yeah, it's tricky. It's dark. There's no real sense. Some parts seem to slope uphill. Some seem to veer off to the left, and sometimes to the right. But it's not very clear whether you're heading up or down at this stage.
I vote for rest.
I mean, I'm at 4 levels of exhaustion. Any more, someone's going to have to carry me or I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling too great. I think we need to rest as much as humanly possible, because if we keep walking, there's a good chance that we will all die. Exhaustion is not something to be fucked around with.
Okay. There's no need to roll Constitution for this time because the heat is subsided, so you can all gain your point of exhaustion back.
I consider attack as normal now.
Okay.
And once again, in this dark space, it seems that time has passed and you feel well rested. You continuing, I'm guessing. And as you do so, you begin to move through this now almost sparkly driven wall tunnel like system, and after traveling what seems to be like 2 days, you begin to see a light in the distance, an opening to what seems to be an overcast sky.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Good to know. Go ahead and roll me stealth.
Hang on. It's disadvantage, isn't it?
Oh yeah, good point.
If you've got your yeah.
Or is that
That
everyone?
was good.
Or is it just?
It's whatever your exhaustion level says, Thorfinn. So.
Oh no, as in, is everyone doing any stuff?
Oh, it's only whoever decides to wants to stealth.
I'm gonna creep
okay.
forward with Lana.
I'm just gonna.
I mean, pardon the
Stealth.
pun, but you
I'd like
can
to point
literally
out
raging
we're
bull
moving-
like run out there and just scream blue murder if you really wanted to.
I kind of feel like
We're
with Clarence's
moving
roll,
7.5 feet per turn. Just it's approximately 1 foot per second, as we currently are. We're moving half speed and stealthing.
Okay. Exiting the tunnel, you find yourself in an open expanse surrounded by corrupted trees, cracked dirt. All around you, the faint sight of mountains around the miles of this wasteland. As you stand, not able to see any sign of life, towns, or points of interest, or at least of any that you know of. This decayed, cursed-like land surrounds you. And if you give me a moment, I will pull you to here. The area around you seems to blow in coloured clouds of fog. As you watch and you see this smog creep around the area, you see colours of pink, grey, green and blue. There doesn't seem to be a break in this fog-like essence that surrounds you.
Can I do a 360 and see if I can spot like the peak of Gat Shadow or something?
Yeah,
if
sure.
there is if we can see landmarks like that.
Go ahead and roll me a investigation check, please.
Okay. Ooh,
Nope.
rocks. Can't see it. Fucking
Nope.
hell. Okay.
You can see peaks of mountains, but you can't quite make it. It's almost like they're silhouetted, so you can't quite make out if it's Gat Shadow or another mountain.
Gotcha. Okay.
Given the distance away as well, it's hard to see.
I think we should first find out what this fog does to a person if they walk into it.
Off you go then. Do you want me to windwall it and see if I can move out of the way?
That'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. Figure out is it moving in any particular direction, or is it just like hanging in the air?
It just seems to be swirling. There's no real pattern to it. It just seems to be taking a random wherever the breeze seems to take it, but each one seems to have its own agenda of the direction it wishes to take.
Which way do you want me to go, please?
Well, you know which way north is, right?
Yes, I do. Because of my feet.
Then that way.
Cool. Whichever way north is, I'm gonna go.
North would be the pink cloud in front of you.
Fantastic. I'll shoot it off that way.
So you windwalk. Have you got the abbreviation of the spell for me? Hold on, I might be able to...
A wall of wind rises from the ground at a point you choose in range. You can make the wall at 50 foot long, 15 foot high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose, as long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts a duration, which is 1 action, a second. When
So
the wall
it
appears,
essentially just builds a wall, does it? Yeah.
wall of wind, so I can
Yep.
secure it at least.
Yeah. I mean, do you want it just a straight across, like this, or do you want to go straight through it like that?
Straight through it to see what's on the other side.
Yeah. As you build your wall straight through it, the gust of pink kind of separates, and for a moment, you kind of see the gap divide, and beyond you can see even more pink cloud.
Bugger. What, for 120 foot?
Yep.
Bugger.
Jurek is going to. Let me see. Oh, there's no like grass or anything on the ground, is there? Can you like druid craft a flower or something?
Yeah.
I put the druid crafted flower on the end of my spear and just like hold it into the mist to see if it withers and dies.
You craft a flower from the ground, it raises up a nice white daisy and withers to a black wilted end.
Good. I'm going to take my charred, horrible bow out and just stick it into the mist and see what happens.
Which mist?
The pink one in front of me, I'm done.
Okay. You kind of just wave it around in the pink?
Yeah, see if anything happens.
Nothing seems to happen. You kind of swirl the fog around a bit. As you pull the stick out, a small bit of the pink fog kind of follows, hangs on the end of the stick. Go ahead and make me a Christmas saving throw, please.
Right. Hang on, do I have to? No, we're fine. Normal roll. Hey.
Yeah, sure. You kind of gets past you, and you kind of almost feel like a light lift in your heart. And you kind of just like, this is really weird, and then you just snap out of it.
A lift in my heart.
Yep.
Guys, these are drug clouds. Let's go.
I hold Clarence back.
Clarence is in there.
Candy floss.
I love.
Are you running in there?
I guess I am.
Okay. As you run into the pink of this pink fog-like essence, could you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
With my -2, with pleasure. That's a 0.
Yes.
I am fully embracing whatever is happening.
So, yeah, you feel like a younger child than you already are for a moment, as your heart begins to race. Could you roll me a 1d6, please? 1, 2,
With
3,
pleasure.
4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So, Clarence, you turn back to look at your companions, your friends, and you see Goplana.
How you doing?
Your heart stops for a moment.
I hate you.
You are currently not only charmed but enchanted by Goplana, to the point that you are completely and utterly in love with her, but also are jealous of anyone else.
I'm gonna check out this.
You
grove
currently consider her, like, obviously a friend. Everyone else around you consider as an enemy.
God, Clara, I've never noticed this before, but you have very beautiful eyes. Don't look at her! She's mine!
Let's take it from a 10 to a 2, shall we?
Let's avoid the pink cloud. I don't think that's the best idea.
I'm just going to do the same thing with the green. and with the stick and see what happens.
Into the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pull it out, and the end of your stick seems to have gone.
Good. Let's not go in green. What's
Okay, so that's the acid cloud. That's the acid cloud. What's the grey one like? Does it smell of anything? I go over, I give it a sniff.
Yeah, it does actually smell quite
Smells
sweet.
of Constitution saving throws.
No, it does smell quite sweet, with almost like a fruit scent to it, almost like strawberry. But it is, as you get close enough to smell, it's not really grey as such. It's more like a silvery, like translucent cloud rather than dark, like a dark grey or anything.
Okay. But it definitely doesn't smell like a normal mist.
No mist that you've come across before.
I,
However, the
seeing as
colouring
I haven't
seem,
started to die.
the colour does seem to kind of spur on a sense of recognition. You recognise, or like there's something like it's like peaking in your mind that's kind of setting off alarm bells, but you can't quite remember why.
Seeing as I haven't reacted quite the same way that Clarence did, I'm gonna take another step towards it and like keep seeing if like my arm starts to melt off or something.
You pass your arm into it. It doesn't seem to melt off as such, but you do almost feel like a gentle like tug into the cloud.
Is anyone looking at Goplana?
I am actively making. Well, Kegger probably is. Get jealous of an actual cat.
I'm gonna hit Kegger.
She'll hit you back.
Away.
And then I'm gonna follow her.
I'm gonna stick the stick into the blue.
Yep. As you do, and you pull it out, seems to be icicles on the end.
Okay, so love, acid, cold, and friendliness.
I like friendliness.
The problem is, I don't know if it's like the good kind of friendliness or the bad kind of friendliness. Like, is this a Hotel California kind of deal? Like, are we walking in, never walking out? Or
hey, you could try it.
Are you telling Clarence to try it?
No, I'm telling Jarak to try it.
Why are you talking to Jarak?
Because I can.
No.
Hit me with a thorn whip, and I'll walk in and see if I can walk back out again of my own free will.
All right. Oh, hang on. Why don't we just? I'm just gonna tie a rope around Jarak. And go and just push him in. Right. Hold the other end and push him in.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that.
I start walking in.
You start walking in. Okay.
Hello.
Goplana, the slack in the rope seems to drop.
Fuck.
You pull on the rope, and there is no Jirak on the end. Jirak, you see an expanse of grey, like shimmer, like silver dust wasteland. But now you can no longer see the clouds around you. You can see very faint, almost ghost-like creatures that seem to move around in the air and the sky around you. One suddenly goes past your vision as an ethereal fish-like beast swims by.
Does the terrain match like the terrain that we were just in, or does it feel like I've been?
It looks exactly the same, but the color and like the texture of everything seems different.
It's like in Skyrim when those the ones who can stop time show up and everything goes like grey and there's like specks of dust in.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
I am. If I turn around, do I see the mist again and where I came from, or
Where
is it
you
just?
came from, you can see like you know, like the old-fashioned silvered photography images. You can see like your friends that look like that, and they kind of seem to like almost shudder, like shake in their place, but they're there. You can see them.
I'm gonna take some steps towards them and see if like they stay at the same distance or if they.
As you move closer, you find yourself stepping out of the cloud, and
Okay.
you seem that your vision kind of like it does if you kind of dip your head into water with goggles on. It kind of does that, but you now see everything as it was before.
Okay. Well, this one doesn't kill you. It's just got weird ghost fish flying around, which is well, it's better than freezing to death, I guess. This pink cloud in the bottom left is the same as the pink cloud up there, isn't it? It's like the same
You
color.
would assume so. Yeah, the same color.
Cool.
Right, great, it is then.
Okay. I'm gonna put on a top hat and Victorian coat, so I look the part in a black and white world. I guess this is the least dangerous of the ways we could go, I suppose.
What
So
was
this doesn't last long.
anything important that was behind there? Like any features?
There were ghosts everywhere, but they didn't seem to pay any notice to me, or at the very least didn't give a shit that I was there. And they didn't look like normal ghosts. Like they were like spectral fish flying around. Something tells me that it is we're not exactly walking to the next field over on the way there. There's definitely like a change somewhere in there. But again, I appear to be of sound mind, and I'm not, I'm not dead or possessed as far as I can tell. So
Wait, wasn't the crawling king on a different plane?
he was in the far realm, I believe. If that was the far realm, I would not be able to speak.
Okay, cool.
I would probably have like torn my own eyes out or something by now.
Cool. Right, okay.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Alright, okay. Cool. Anyone against going in there?
I'll do anything you tell me to.
Even though the clouds are the same colour, they might not have the same effect. So it might be worth poking our heads into one of the other ones that are on the bottom side.
Well, Clarence is already affected by the pink one. Clarence, go check out that pink one over there.
Fuck you.
I hope he gets you next time.
That would be very funny.
Well, Plana, do you want me to check the other one out?
Yeah, go on then.
So yeah, fine. That's another charisma saving throw.
Boom.
Wow. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6.
Oh, please be in love with both of them.
We could just keep throwing him in until he falls in love with all of us. Problem solved.
So,
Please be Thorfinn. Please be Thorfinn.
I want it to be summer. Please be summer.
It is summer.
Fuck.
You now consider your true love to not be Goplana, but to be Summer.
Betrayed.
Everyone else is classed as an enemy, but
Can I just start caressing
Goplana,
her horns?
Goplana seems to be a threat.
Lana's just relishing in this for the moment, like James Bond stroking Peggy kind of thing.
Okay, I'm just going to whisper into Summer's ear. That girl protect you. She can't hurt you anymore.
I'm gonna get the ugly stick out,
Okay,
and I'm gonna just hit him straight on the face with it.
go ahead.
You're gonna give him a complex.
So does a 17 hit your arm AC, Clarence?
Not anymore.
No.
Fuck. That's bullshit.
Although
But Clarence likes it, though.
Oh dear.
He's a kinky child.
Can we just throw him back into the thing?
Hit me, Mama. Hit me.
Oh my god. Upon hearing that, Jurek just fucking sprints into the grey mist. Nope. Runs away.
Hey, Summer, just throw him back into the pink. See what happens.
Don't talk to her. You're not worthy to talk to her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick him up and launch him into the pink.
Sounds so wrong.
I mean, I would imagine Clarence would let you do that.
I mean, as you wish, he says as he runs into the pink.
Oh, shit. Go ahead and roll me another charisma saving throw.
I mean, just through the law of averages, I've got to pass at some point.
Yeah.
But not today.
Go ahead and roll me a 1d6.
Jesus.
Who's this one?
Why did I put this mechanic in? That is Thorfinn.
Yes! I'm going to
And
climb up
now-
Thorfinn and just start rubbing his
Now,
fur.
not only is
Oh
everyone
my
classed
God.
as an enemy, but Summer and Goplana are classed as a threat.
Threat.
Throw him in again.
Yeah. Don't worry, Thorfinn. I'll fuck up those women if they touch you. We got
Yeah.
Bryce,
I don't really
We
take
got
kindly to being stroked by little people, so
You love it, you
I-
dirty whore.
I bash him with my
Oh
horns.
my god.
You're bashing with your horns.
Where did Clarence get this language from?
Not with a 9, you won't.
No.
Launch him back into the pink.
Clarence is just grinding himself into the fur.
I carefully peel him off and convince.
Oh
Try and
my
go into
God.
this other grey cloud over here.
Which grey cloud?
This one.
Okay. So,
I mean, can this be contested? Because I feel like Clarence might get angry and not like this.
I mean,
As long as you're holding on.
yeah,
Hold on to Thorfinn.
you can try and
Yeah.
hold on to him. You don't want to let
I'm
go
gonna-
of his loving embrace.
Yeah.
So
Would that be a strength?
Yeah, on opposed strength.
Wait, his strength or my strength?
It'd be your strength. His athletics, I think, would be probably the best way to do it.
I ain't going nowhere, bitch.
He's literally
Like a
like
limpet.
wrapped
Like a
around
horny
like
limpet.
one of your horns, like both legs crossed around the front end and arms like crossed over, like a sloth
We
would.
could be
a log
together
at-
forever.
Right, so he's sitting on top of my horns now, yeah?
Yeah, he's like sloth-like, like hugging your horns.
Alright, I'm going to run over to the pink cloud again and just poke my head in. So Clarence is
Okay.
affected.
I need
Oh,
you
God.
and Clarence to roll me a
Oh
charisma
God, I
save.
hope we fall in love together.
Oh, it's so funny.
Good, that just-
Constitution.
Charisma save, both. of
Ah,
you.
charisma. Oh no.
I mean,
One
I
Is that
disadvantage.
disadvantage as well?
That's another one. I need you both to roll me a 1d6.
Is it me, or can you hear a hint of regret in your voice?
It didn't work.
Just slash
Alright.
roll d6.
I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
what bloody order I've done now.
There's the D20 symbol in the.
5 was.
Do I fall in love with myself?
No, you fall in. Clarence, you fall in love with Kegger.
Yes!
And Thorfinn, you fall in love with Jirak. Everyone else. So, everyone else to you, Thorfinn, is classed as an enemy. Clarence, Thorfinn, Summer, and Goplana are classed as a threat.
Durak, like one knee up on a rock, hair blowing in the breeze. his shirt undone to like halfway down his chest. Goes, "Come, fellows, we must enter the mist." And Kegger, if you come any closer, will probably attack you. Clarence, ready in action to maul his face off.
Clarence will let him lovingly.
Oh dear.
Hey, Summer.
You may be muted.
Hello.
Want to play a game?
I would love to.
It's called Yeet a Gnome.
That
What was that?
sounds like a lovely game.
Yeet
that
the
I
gnome.
definitely want to play.
Which mist do we want to go for? Pink or grey to end this?
Oh, we'll go for that pink.
Pink?
You're going to throw him into a giant fucking cloud made of acid. That seems a bit cruel.
I went for grey or pink, you know.
Okay, so you throw him in, he hears it as he flies through the air. Doesn't come back out again.
I'm just going to sneak up on him.
Same.
He's trying to seduce Kegger from miles away.
I mean, Clarence, your perception would probably be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I didn't see Summer, but I saw Lana. And if they're both coming in, if they're both coming to melee, I'm going to hit both of them.
Okay. Well, first of all, it looks like Clarence attacks you with a 23.
No, Kegger attacks Clarence as a
Sorry,
23.
Kegger, sorry. I'm getting mixed up now.
That hits.
Turned to mush. 8 points of slashing damage. And you do see
What is that?
Goplana.
No.
What's what?
So,
What's the heavy breathing?
Heavy breathing is Clarence.
sorry, yeah, I'm role playing.
Is that yeah? Oh god, it's like the fucking the Comic-Con one shot we did all over again.
Roll
Yeah, right now, yeah.
It's not true.
fucking miss, little shit.
Got chocolate all over your face.
Is that a Goplana?
Yeah.
Second 15?
Oh, 15, yeah, 15 hits.
Oh,
Ooh,
bye, Lana.
Jesus, that's a couple of ribs gone.
18? I don't even know how to minus that. That's a 7.
Oh shit, where does it go?
And that's a 5. Yeet the gnome, Summer!
Oh yeah, as he goes to hit Lana, I'm just gonna sneak up the other side and grab him from behind.
I mean, he hasn't spotted you, so
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab him.
your attack would be at advantage.
Get less than a 6. Please get less than a 6.
Suck it!
Oh my god, just grab him by the waist and just.
That was the
Straight
most
backwards.
gleeful suck it I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's just gonna grab him and then like yeet him backwards over her shoulder
To
Into the
which
green.
direction?
into the pink.
Okay, as you're attempting to try and throw him, and you've just randomly grabbed him, go ahead and make me a dexterity check, please, just to see if that is the direction you managed to throw him.
Oh shit!
Okie dokie. So Clarence ends up in the pink again.
Okay, let's all just arrange ourselves at the edge of this mist, and then when he comes out, he'll be attracted to one of us, so we'll therefore run this way and actually make some progress.
Wait, what did you say?
Fucking hell. 1d6, please.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just keep throwing me in until I pass.
You're not gonna pass.
That's Summer again.
He comes out, do it again.
Oh yeah, mama.
I love the way you throw me.
Oh my god, I hate it so much.
I want my mum.
I'll be your mama.
Mum, tell the evil gnome to go away.
Go away, evil gnome.
Penetrate me.
Don't want to be messing with the mummy. Is he still on the edge? Clarence, are you still on the edge of the mist?
No,
He's run up to Summer,
Oh, I'm running into the
wrapped
grave.
around her leg.
Oh yeah. I'm now
Aw.
classed as difficult terrain. Difficult
Oh
but
my
loving terrain.
Clarence has what's it called? The fetish we like to get stepped on. Trampling fetish. I saw it on a TV show.
Of course you did.
Yeah, no, I did. It was a show called like Sex Tape or something. I know this sounds bad,
Oh my
but
God,
it's like a
yes,
relationship
yes,
advice
right?
show. Yeah. So basically, what they do is they get like a couple that's having relationship problems to come on this show with two other couples, and they do like a weekly vlog that shows like what their life is like together, and then what they're like having, and they have like a sex tape on screen, and there's this one of this like completely normal looking couple, and there's this very boring like 45-year-old man like, yes, I'd like to be trampled with high heels. It's just the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Right, guys, what are you planning? What's the deal?
This is fun. I swear we keep doing this.
Oh god.
Just
Who wants to put money on who he gets attracted to next?
Oh shit.
Oh, Lana's exhausted, so this is just funny to her. Let's just keep going.
I mean, eventually it's going to be Lana again.
Yeah, I'll deal with that when it comes to it.
What eventually is going to happen is you're going to throw him one too many times, and he's going to get knocked unconscious in there, and then overdose on Rohypnol.
I'd just like to point out there is a rotation of these clouds, so at some point that pink cloud's not going to be a pink cloud.
There's what?
I mean, Summer's just gonna shake him off and then just start walking towards the grey.
I mean, if you're going to try and shake him off, that'll be a strength saving throw, I think. With your strength athletics, I think. Yeah. You shake him off. He tumbles like a little bowling ball.
I'm just gonna walk away from him. Nah.
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 You say you walk into the grey, was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you walking into the grey or just to the line?
Just to the edge.
Okay.
Lana's going that way as well.
I'm going.
I mean, okay. Giraffe is inside.
I shout back at them. Actually, I'm going to keep making noise, like to sort of see if there's a cut-off point. Like they can hear me going, I'm walking, and I just like stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strangely, your words
out where
as you
to-
enter the cloud, your the almost like echoey kind of the acoustics outside the cloud are very different to when you're inside the cloud.
It's like stepping from a stairwell into a car park, and all of a sudden you can hear like the blood rushing in your head.
It's almost like you've come from stereo into mono. Is anyone else going into the cloud? We're just all standing outside.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I have to enter because my Durex gone in.
Okay.
I'm just following Summer.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
I like to imagine Jiro's got a 7 charisma, right? So he's not like the most personal person. But I imagine it's like the episode of SpongeBob where it goes from Squidward to handsome Squidward. It's just like incredibly high def, like a chiseled cleft chin. Thorfinn, this way. Incredibly sultry. Oh dear.
As you're all in now this seemingly ethereal space, you do see what Jirak was describing as these ghost-like, ethereal, fish-like beings swimming around the great expanse of this now space that you appear to be in. Clarence, you have the overwhelming sense that you've been in a space like this before.
Is it when I died?
It is.
Guys, I think we're dead.
You're gonna be.
Stop trying to talk dirty with me. I'm a child. It's inappropriate.
Oh, it's worn off. Fantastic.
But I like it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Jirak, you hear like your name being whispered in the surrounding areas. No one else can hear this, by the way.
Thorfinn, stop whispering in my ear. Is it a voice I recognise?
It's a male voice. It's hard to know exactly if it's familiar, but you're not sure if it's a voice that you may or may not think it is. As you turn around to look at your colleagues, your friends, you find yourself alone in an empty space.
Oh shit. Guys, hello? Hello? So I'm shouting, see if I can like see
No
where they
one
went.
else seems to respond. The same goes for you, Clarence, you, Summer, Goplana, and Thorfinn.
Well, shit.
Clarence is just going to start screaming Summer's name.
I do need, first of all, I'll have Jirak in one of the whisper channels, if you can, please.
Hey, oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, wait, 1 sec. I've joined on the wrong device. 1 second.
Apologies,
That's all right.
joined on my desktop. Right.
So, finding yourself in this open space, you continue to hear the whisper that begins to become louder and more, less of a whisper and more of a voice. And you begin to see a form of someone that's almost shrouded in a way, much like the visions of your friends outside this ethereal space. You see your father, and he sees you.
my eyes go wide, and I think my mouth hangs slack. And my suspicion is that this is some kind of plane of the dead, and I think Jurek is kind of assuming that as well, and he's now worried that his family might be dead. He had a bit of hope left, but otherwise just stunned.
His head leans forward to yours. Jurek, my son. You're so far away. What are you doing here?
There was a miss. Where are you? Where are we?
I believe this is the ethereal plane. You seem so far away.
We're by Western. We're near the mountain. Where are you? Where I know we're the ethereal plane, but where did you come in from?
Hard to remember. We went to the depths of Craghammer. And the orcs. Slavers.
The swarm of burden, the one with the tattoo, the eye. Yeah, I know.
They're asking for us to harvest, or they're so angry. They've made a deal with someone evil, darker than before. Then you're so far away.
Are you with Mum? Are you with my sister? Where?
His head
are you still there?
Kind of hangs. I was injured. Thought too weak to work. I was forced into a gate. Shrouded silver. I'd lost hope. I'm so very lost here. Jurek. You're so far away. As his vision kind of almost looks like it's being dragged into the distance as it begins to fade from your sight.
Jurek probably has, if this were a film, it would be like a close up on his face, the tears welling up in his eyes, and then grits his teeth, and he sort of tightens the buckles on his shield around his arm. It's like a dwarven made shield. It's got like a little sigil of made in Craghammer written on the back, and he sort of tightens it as a okay, promising himself that's where I'm going next. Now there's a path to follow. He's obviously terrified, but this is a more solid purpose than he's had in a while.
Sure. Could you return to the channel and send Lana in, please?
Send in who, sorry?
Goplana.
Goplana, okay.
Bonjour.
Hello, give me one moment. I'm just trying to remember certain elements that I need to know.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Hold on. Oh, why can I not find it, Goplana? Why can I not find it?
I don't know. Why can't you find it?
Where are your sibling names?
Oh, they should be on my bio and info. It's Hamrock. I remember Mattock. Primrose, Hampson, and Marek.
Marek. Primrose. I think it was Marek that I said was missing, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think you actually went into it. I think you said there was a sister and a brother, and then another one was missing.
Yeah. Which I think was the Marek. Okay.
Oh, these clips have changed, by the way. I should really update this.
So, Goplana, you find yourself in this empty space, this wasteland of what you have assumed, given some of the things you've learnt in your travels, that this is possibly the ethereal plane.
Okay.
And as you stand there kind of looking for your friends, you see two children begin to run past you. A young female half-elf and a small boy, a brethren, perhaps. And as you look, you recognize his face. Come on, Goplana, you can't catch me. And the little girl kind of runs after him and kind of pushes him as he falls to the floor. And you can see her like tickling him. And you can see, obviously, him struggle. No, not there. That's my tickly spot. No. Okay. I give up. Please. Oh. Sister, do you ever think that we'll find happiness? And you kind of see the little girl nod and kind of looks up, like almost past the young girl. You will keep us safe, won't you? Please say you'll be there. I'm so lost without you. Don't leave us. And you kind of see like a strong embrace of the two. And as they begin to embrace, they kind of just turn to mist and dissipate into the air around you.
Fuck. What the fuck? Marek?
Goplana?
Marek, is that you?
Where are you?
I don't know. I'm. There's a plane of
You sound so far away.
Where are you? That's the more important thing. I'll come find you.
No, it's too dangerous.
No. People need help. Please, where are you? I cried. There was a cave. Please.
Taken by slavers. Asked. Forced. To mine. For gems. You wasn't there.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. They attacked. I ran. I thought you were dead. I didn't realize. I'll find you. Do you know where you are? Do you know anything?
You're so far away.
I'll find you. I'll find you.
And the voice seems to vanish into the distance of the smoke. You can rejoin the group.
Lana's crying. This is it. Oh god. Oh god.
Okay, guys. Some of you that found yourself in the space alone, you find yourself aimlessly walking, looking for your friends or a way out. Before too long, a few of you seem to envision your friends in the distance, and you all seem to regroup. As you regroup, the vision of this ethereal plane kind of almost washes past your vision as you see yourself back in this cursed, decayed wasteland that it was before, as the coloured fog seems to roll away from where you currently are standing.
And we are all. So is it all the mist is gone?
All the
entirely?
mist seems to be gone at this stage. As you walk out, you just see. I mean, there are obviously still a heavy grey fog in the distance surrounding you, but the coloured clouds seem to wash and fade away from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving
and there's
you
not
a
like the
brief
ghosts
moment.
flying around everywhere anymore. Okay,
No.
cool. We're back where we came from. That's good.
Lana's gonna sit down and just hug her knees until someone makes a decision about what's happening.
We're going to Craghammer.
Good. We're going now. Hopefully.
Well, there isn't much to do around here, so yes, is the idea. Where is Craghammer?
Craghammer. I've seen the map before, so I'll know generally the direction the Craghammer is.
It's about west from where you currently are. You would assume. You know it's in the west.
Yeah. So, well, you know what direction north is, so we look that way, then turn 90 degrees to the left. I suppose.
As you kind of are trying to, some of you make sense of what's occurred. Some of you just waiting for a plan of the next steps. Before you have time to react, a heavy gust of wind blows across as you see a large dust-like grey cloud engulf the expanse around you. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws. Thorfinn, you have advantage.
Hey.
Good.
I mean, it didn't really help me too much. I don't think.
Oh no, sorry, it is at. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. Okay. Cool. Jirak got Plana, and yeah, Jirak got Plana. You fall unconscious. The the heavy kind of dust cloud is rolling through still, to the point where some of you are averting your eyes. Thorfinn, this actually doesn't seem to affect you as much as you would expect, considering you've just seen two of your friends fall to the floor unconscious. Clarence and Summer, you kind of withstand the air for a while, and you stand there, and it lasts quite a long time, to the point where about an hour passes. I do need you and Summer and Clarence to make other Constitution saving throws, please. You do have disadvantage this time, though, because you've been in it an hour.
Are we at 0 hit points or just unconscious?
You're just unconscious.
Okay, cool.
And Thorfinn, you take yours at advantage, please. Okay. Okay. About 3 hours pass. Jirak and Goplana are still. The sky is darkening ever slightly from the night sky, as well as the fact that this rolling dust storm seems to be blowing through. So, given the two of your friends are unconscious, is there anything you want to do with them, or are you happy to kind of try and sit this storm out?
It'd be a good idea to bring them all together rather than separate. Put them in a sort of bundle in the middle.
Okay, so you can try and almost make like a camp of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So, as you all, I guess, decide to take this time to rest up, is there any of you taking a rest, or anyone choosing to take watch, as much as you can see in this state, I guess? If you're taking watch, I need a turn order of who's going first.
As it doesn't seem to affect me as much,
no.
I can take watch.
Yeah, I need to rest up. I've got 3 levels of exhaustion left still. And I'm still in love with Summer.
That's the worst bit.
I would imagine that's probably worn out by now.
No.
Summer?
I'll take second watch.
Okay. Thorfinn, can you roll me a perception check, please, as your friends decide to take a rest and look after your unconscious comrades as well?
Would that be a disadvantage because of exhaustion?
Yep. Good to know.
Everything seems safe, guys.
Okay. The dust storm does seem to settle a bit, to the point where it's still there, but it's like more in the air rather than blowing through thick. Even with, what's your passive perception?
What, me?
Mm-hmm.
My passive perception is 1.
1?
I don't think that's true.
That can't be right.
It'd be 11. If you think it's 1, it would be 11.
What?
It's 10 plus your bonus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, you don't see much going on in the surrounding areas. There's barely anything here, but you do see several large silhouetted forms around you. Before you have a chance to react, you hear, God, I haven't got anything to do this now. I had earlier. This may sound odd. Thorfinn! And out of nowhere you hear a thud as a large minotaur smashes into you. It's your fault! I told you what would happen if I saw you again. If you'd like me to join me in the Whisper channel, please.
Hey, Minotaurs turn up.
Indeed. Let me get my notes. So I'm trying to say this with something in my mouth. Rather difficult. So yeah, he smashes into you, screams it's your fault. What do you do? Oh, first
obviously
of all,
it's all happened so quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to sort of say, don't know what you're on about, mate. Don't have a clue who you are. Try and push him back.
Give me a sec, hold on. Because you actually do take. Where's your horns? You don't take advantage. 17 to hit? Yeah, that'll hit you.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And for 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage. And he does look familiar to you.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what to do. I want to just sort of chuck him back, because obviously if he looks familiar, I'm not going to try and attack him. I'm going to draw my weapon.
Okay.
Just in case.
So as you push him away, he says, "You're the reason your father is dead. You're the reason we're all outlawed and hunted. My brother would be disappointed in you. His own flesh and blood. Weak, tainted, small." Do you do anything?
Wait, you said your brother. Didn't you?
He said his brother, yeah.
Oh, his brother. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sort of act innocent and sort of plead that I don't have a clue what he's on about.
Okay. Uh, 17 again to hit.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
For 17, 18, 19 points of damage.
Ouch.
I mean, you're like, what, 6 foot something? 6 foot 8?
Like 6'8" or something.
He's
yeah.
easily like 8'9". He's big, he's black fur, he's got similar markings to you. And as I say, you do recognize him, but the dust is obscuring your vision slightly. So give me a sec. Get the notes for the next part. As he hits you again, landing a blow, you hear, "Stop!" And another Minotaur, one you do recognize as your Auntie Daysail, rushes to you. "Ruckus, stop! He's still family. Our family. No matter what he has done, he's still in the same boat as us." "Sorry, Thorfinn. Ruckus is just... It's just we've all been through a lot." Ruckus being your uncle.
Ooh.
"I'm sorry, Thorfinn. I never thought we'd see you again. And I'd hoped never to be the one to tell you this. But your father, Bjorkus, is dead. And your mother, Dula, has been taken prisoner."
Oh no. I'm just sort of like standing there in shock with my mouth open, like just sort of dropped to my knees. Sort of look at them in shock.
Your uncle Ruckus. Don't act like you're surprised. She was taken by the clasp, in hope that it would bring you out of your hole. We have no home. Lord Junif took a contract out to remove any Minotaurs in relations to you, Thorfinn. Little did we know it was the clasp that was recruited.
But I didn't do anything. It's not my fault.
You've always had sticky fingers, Thorfinn. Don't think that we were foolish enough not to know what rings of friends you used to hang around with. You have no one else to blame but yourself. Many of our family have passed, hunted by their assassins, and now we walk roam around this cursed grey valley. It seems that only place others won't step. It seems that we also are the only ones to tolerate the air without being taken by it. And Dazel steps forward again. It's like, I'm sorry, Thorfinn, but your shenanigans, your binds to this clasp, we all knew. We just thought that maybe there was a way out, a way we could all prosper and move on. But you got in too deep, it would seem. There's nothing left for us here, or south of Tal'Dorei. We'll soon be heading north to Lyragon. It's cold there, but it suits our build and our fur. But we have no coin to reside and build a life there yet. And she kind of looks at you doughy-eyed. We have no coin. Nothing.
Well, I mean, I've got some coin from the last sort of adventure sort of thing I've just come back from, so I can give you some of that. Is this enough? And then I sort of hand them all the gold that I've got.
How much? The
11,042.
1142, yeah. I mean, she grasps it. You can see the thankfulness in her eye, but she kind of weighs it and it's like, I fear this will get travel and perhaps a few nights, but it's not nearly enough to make a life. I mean, there are a few of us, and she looks back and you can see that there are like another sort of 5 shadows in like the ether of this sandstorm, like that silhouette.
Okay, how much more do you think you'd need?
Whatever you can spare. I mean, and Ruckus steps forward again. Is like, you can give us anything. You, Ingrid.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of run back to.
I mean, they're not far from where your camp is. So.
Oh, they're not.
Mm-mm.
Okay, right. So yeah, I'm gonna sort of sneak over and try and get as much money as I can for everyone.
Okay, so stealth check first. Wonderful. And a sleight of hand check, please. Okay. Who are you taking from?
I'm gonna say, was it? Who was the first one to get knocked out?
You have you have Jirak and Goplana that are unconscious. So if you wish to do that, you can have advantage and roll again.
I'll go Goplana first. Did you say roll again?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can have advantage as they're unconscious. Okay. Give me. What's her passive perception? We'll do it based on passive perception. That way, I don't have to break the channel and go from there. And you go to grab Goplana's bag, and she begins to like move as if she's stirring in her sleep. Actually, she's not sleeping. She's unconscious. So I'm going to say that's a critical. So you managed to take it without disturbing her.
Okay, cool.
She has. If you're taking all of her gold or some of her gold.
Well, it's my family, isn't it? They need as much gold as they can.
And there, she has 2,543 gold.
I'll leave her 1 gold.
Okay.
How much was the gold? Sorry, 2,300.
2,543.
I missed that last bit.
43.
43. Okay.
Can you make a note on your sheet that you left Goplana 1 gold?
Whereabouts will I put that information?
Just in like your bio tab or something. Just make a note of it.
Cool.
And you hand that over?
Yes, and I ask if that's enough.
It's a start. For everything that you've caused heartache to our family, I hope never to see your face again, Thorfinn. And Ruckus begins to walk away into the midst of the others. What?
I can get more.
It kind of looks back at you, and you can see like a smirk.
Let me go get some more. Wait here. And I'll sort of run back to the group and go for Durak next, who's also unconscious.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check again, because you're reapproaching the group.
Stealth and sleight of hand, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Well, your sleight of hand's much better. Okay. Yep. So Durak has 1,705 gold.
Yes, 1,700 and how much?
5.
And 5. I want to leave him 1 gold as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I run back and see if it's enough.
Okay. I mean, they you keep giving them gold, they're going to probably keep taking, but he kind of like nods, and you see like he just carries on walking to the rest of the group. And Dazor's kind of like just puts her hand on yours and is like, please don't come looking for us. Don't make contact. I just hope your mother is okay. If you're looking to get back to civilization from here, you need to head west, through the pools of Whitbeck. From there you can make it to Terra to the north, or Cragged Hammer to the south. Your friends there, they've been taken by the smoke. Give them this, and she hands you 2 bottles of like a clear liquid. You may have made your mistakes in the past, but you can redeem yourself, Thorfinn. Forget about us. Leave your mother where she is in Kymel. It's no place for yourself. It's no place for our kind anyway. Don't do anything stupid. We love you, Thorfinn, but we have to leave. And they each begin to fade into the fog and slowly but surely fade from sight. And you can rejoin the regular chat.
What's it?
What?
So I've now just given them all that gold, including my own.
Yep.
So I've now got 0 gold. Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. That's cool. Thank you.
Not just a mattress on the floor.
Yeah, it wasn't even a mattress. It was like a mattress topper with a quilt underneath it, and then a quilt over it, and then hope for the best with a
Trying to freeze to death. Yeah.
So, Summer, you begin to wake as Thorfinn is like sneaking into the camp, steps on a bit of loose dirt, and you can hear it crumble away. And you wake.
Uh-huh. Do I see anything?
You see Thorfinn standing over you. He looks beat the hell out of. He's bloody. He's got blood dripping from his nose. His eye is swollen slightly, but you see no one else around.
The fuck happened to you?
I got beaten up by some dodgy-looking people. I think they caused this smoke, and somehow they've dropped these 2 vials as they were beating me up, and then they sort of bleed with yeah, they just ran away.
Okay.
Don't know what these vials are used for. Might be worth trying them out.
I wouldn't recommend just trying them out.
Okay, I'll take a small sip out of it because you're too scared to do it.
Why don't you go to sleep? And I'll take watch now.
Okay. And I'll just sort of
You
collapse
swig
on the
into
floor
the
from the
bottle,
beating.
but nothing seems to happen. But so,
Yeah, I'll just
Summer,
sort of collapse where I was.
your turn to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. With disadvantage due to the fog.
Fuck.
Or sandstorm, should I say. I mean, it's not going to get much better than an 8, is it? Yeah, I mean, a few hours pass. The sandstorm dissipates. You look around and you can see like a haze fog miles out to the distance surrounding this area. Your friend Clarence begins to stir. Thorfinn begins to stir. Goplana and Dirac are still unconscious.
Right.
I'm gonna sort of, without Summer noticing, I'm gonna sneak over to Goplana and Dirac and try and feed them some of this potion that I got from last night.
Summer, what's your passive perception?
What was that?
What's your passive perception, please?
I do believe it's 13.
Yep. So you managed to do that, Thorfinn. That's fine. As you go up to Dirac and you feed him the from the bottle that you found last night, Dirac, you begin to stir and wake.
What does it taste like? I assume awful.
It tastes like filtered water.
Only drink Voss. Thank you very much. How long have I been asleep?
Class as a full rest.
Oh, lovely. That's always nice.
Does that also apply for me as well? Yeah.
You, Thorfinn, yes.
Right.
Yeah, get the shit kicked out of you for 8 hours. Same as a night's rest, to be honest.
Oh, does that get rid of our exhaustion as well?
A point, yeah.
Right, 1 point. Cool.
You do the same to Goplana, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry,
so
that's
that's fine. No, that's fine. The sleight of hand will do for both. So, yep, Goplana begins to stir and wake.
What the fuck just happened?
I feel great. I had a lovely little sleep. Feeling happy as Larry. Whoever Larry is.
Minutes. It's 5 more minutes.
I think we've had long enough. What time of day is it, roughly? Or is the fog still?
It would appear to be morning. I mean, there is still seems to be like a constant haze around the circumference of this sort of valley that you're in.
Would I know with keen mind?
You would know the location here.
Where the fuck is that? Holy shit. Okay.
We're in for a fucking walk, my dude.
Holy shit.
Right. Oh, I know where we are. We're north of my homeland. Hell yeah. It's the Black Valley. Well, near enough the Black Valley.
Do we want to go see people?
Fuck me. Well, we head south. That's my first suggestion. Larengorn is not a very nice place for any of us because we are not elves in the typical sense. So head south. Can we have a fucking boat? Can we build a boat? Can we buy a boat? Are there any villages along there? There must be.
No, I think we should head over to down near Craghammer. On the way.
Insane, yeah. Go south by river and then westward. I just don't know what side of I don't know if you get to Craghammer from the west or the east of this mountain. It's not abundantly clear on the map.
Thorfinn, you was given direction of where to possibly.
No. If you know exactly where to go, then you know exactly where to go. Crack on, my son.
Summer's gonna pull Thorfinn aside and just ask him again what happened to him.
I'll just sort of push her away and sort of say, just don't worry, just follow me. Just sort of rush off ahead.
Lana's gonna turn into a mouse and just sit in Jarek's armor and sleep for a while longer.
Yeah, I don't think I. Actually, no. I'm like dressed to the nines in the military sense. Like I've armor on, always have my shield and spear like out and ready. Feeling very to attention.
Like where the like the nice padded bit is, where it's nice to sleep. That's where she is.
Yeah. Like the cushioned bit on the back of the neck, so when you lean back, you
Yeah.
just stab yourself in the armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing you're taking them west. Is that correct?
What was that? What was that? Sorry.
I'm guessing you're taking them west, are you?
I am. Yes.
Okay. So surprisingly, Thorfinn becomes like a navigator out of nowhere, and leads you west of this valley, grey valley, of which you've come accustomed to for the past night, narrowly evading some passing coloured clouds that do pass you as you travel in this direction. You find yourself, there is a break in the mountainscape, and you find yourself at you find a signpost made of stone, like almost like an obelisk kind of looking stone, that says the Pools of Witterbeck or Witterback.
Not a very good place at all in the slightest.
Yes. I believe it's this way.
Are you sure we're going the right way? I did grow up here, and I know about the Falls of Witterbuck, and they are not good at all.
Yes. Definitely this way. Come on now. We're burning daylight.
Does he appear to be acting dodgy or?
Yeah, can you get an insight check on
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Read you like a book, boy.
There is definitely something different about the behaviour of Thorfinn. Oh, actually, I should do it this way. Thorfinn, do a deception check, please.
I like that. So suspicious of what.
Deception.
Yeah, there is. Thorfinn is definitely he's either hiding information, or he's like just completely different in terms of his regular characteristics. I mean, apart from the swolting eye that's still troubling him from the evening before, yeah, there's definitely something that's not. He's not his normal self.
I'm gonna put my quarterstaff in front of him to stop him from walking forward and like push him back slightly.
Lana's going to go into
Strength check.
here, which is a firm no from her.
Jirak is going to start not massaging is the wrong word, but he's got a rune carved on the inside of his I guess it would be on the inside of his shield, like facing him, and he starts sort of like running his thumb over it and be like, "We should not be here. We're not going there with Thorfinn." What's going on?
As this area is familiar with you, Jirak, go ahead and make me a history check, please.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that I don't know the history of it, but I think Jirak would know this place is inhabited by hill giants.
It's well, where is it?
Because I know there is a whole why it's inhabited by hill giants. Blah, there's
no. So
pages of lore and stuff. But...
This area is known to inhabit the Whitbeck gnomes. or at least once upon a time. And there is hot springs here. There are heavy gases that are here that seem to be a case of that envelop the grey valley that you're from.
Do I know these names?
You would have probably known. Yeah, you would have probably known a little bit, maybe, about the homestead of the Whitbeck gnomes. I would imagine.
Is it where I'm from?
I don't know. Is it?
Yep.
Is that where he's from?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
What's your
I'm known
backstory?
that I grew up somewhere. I don't know the area of Western, so I didn't really specifically say where I was from.
In terms of gnome folklore, you are aware that any survivors of Whitbeck fled into the mountains as they were assailed by hungry giants. But the gnomes that were there would probably found refuge in Craghammer. But most of Whitbeck is abandoned, mostly. But it can be avoided. The area can be avoided, and you do know that there is a route that takes you past the pools of Whitbeck and through the valley towards Craghammer. But with an 8, you do not know what route that is. But given that and that information and what you've learnt today, I think that is a good place at 10:10 to finish.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you learn?
Don't throw gnomes into the pink fog.
When you planned that, Nick, did you think, oh yes, they're going to take advantage of this because it's funny?
No, my thought process was either they're accidentally just going to pick a colour and randomly walk into one, and that's going to be what happens, or they're all going to think, oh, this is a bit of fun, let's all try and have a go, or something along those lines, or it was just going to be avoided completely. I did not expect a
Wasn't
rendition
expecting
of
the game
what
of
we've had.
Yeet the Gnome.
Indeed.
D&D's version of South Park's Kick the Baby.
I'll stop recording.